Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're doing spackle work, stay tuned. I'm going to be going over a few tips on spackle, specifically doing butt joints. So what can you do to achieve a smoother joint? And there's a few things I've done and I still do just to help achieve that flat spackle joint, so that when you paint you don't really see it. As you can see, this is my kids' room. They've been doing their artwork. It just never stops. So yeah, spackle joints, and it's just a few tips that may help you. And if they don't, leave a comment. If they do, leave a comment. Regardless, leave a comment. I'm going to be building them some bunk beds, and stay tuned for that video. But today's video is joints, specifically butt joints, you know, the idea is that you want the joint to be flat. Sometimes you end up with low spots and high spots, and if you're not a professional, if you don't do this every day, you know, your eyes are not trained to pick this up. So what you can do is just, you'll need a sponge, a sanding sponge. You could get it at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, online, and a pencil. It doesn't have to be any kind of pencil, just any kind of pencil you can find, and just make some marks on the wall on your joint that you're concerned about. Most of the time it's going to be a butt joint. So you just make some marks along the width of the joint. And they don't have to be heavy, just enough that it's on there and you can see it. And use your sanding sponge, and you sand the whole joint. You don't want to use too much pressure, just light, and keep the block flat. And you're gonna sand away all the high spots, and any low spots will still be visible. As far as the pencil mark, you'll still be able to see the pencil mark. So all those low spots, you know, you could add more joint to them, and then do a final sand on the whole joint. And by then your joint should be pretty much flat. But yeah, just doing this simple technique, it's like a little guide, a sanding guide. So you could do this on regular joints too. Just make a few marks and lightly sand, and it'll tell you if there's any imperfections, anything that you may not be able to see. The pencil will show it. So that's just one tip that I'll share with you guys. I don't know if anyone else has done it or does this, but the other thing you could do is just use a piece of wood, as long as it's flat. It could be any kind of wood, preferably just a 1x. I wouldn't use a 2x, like a 2x4. I would just use like a piece of trim. But yeah, you just hold it up along your joint, and the shadow line will basically indicate your low spot. So you're getting the same results with just doing different techniques, and you can either fill those low spots, or you just keep sanding. But most of the time I end up adding more, just so you don't hit the tape. So you could also do the same thing with a 2-foot level, 4-foot level. Just hold it up and let the light come through. And when you're doing butt joints, they require a lot of mud. So don't be afraid to get it on there, but you also don't want to put too much on. And one last tip is just using your spackle knife, preferably the longest one you have. It'll also give you good results, tell you where you need to add more mud. So these are the tips I've learned. I hope you liked the video. Hope they help.